y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jennifer with True to You Yoga. In today's flow, we're going to do some lengthening, some strengthening, and just stretching things out. So let's go ahead and jump right into it at the top of our mat for mountain pose. Feet are parallel to each other. Really root down with those toes. Drop your tailbone down towards the floor. Slight bend in your knees. Zip up those abs. Flip your hands so that the palms are facing forward. Chin is parallel to the floor, and just find some long inhales and exhales. Okay, to start with, let's just kind of bounce it out. Bend your knees, get a little bounce in them. You can kind of come up on your toes, shake things out some. Find your stillness. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands glide up your spine, or your shins, really lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Hang out here for just a couple seconds. You can bend your knees as much as feels comfortable here for you. Inhale, swan dive back up, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take your feet, separate them just a little bit more. We're going to do some good mornings. If you do some weightlifting, you may have seen these before. Hands go behind your head, just kind of down at the base of your skull. Zip up your abs. And we're going to hinge forward from our hips. Keep your long line of energy, that flat back. And you're going to start to feel this stretch down your hamstrings. Only go as low as you can with keeping your back flat. If you're going and you start to round your back, then you went too deep. And then lift back up. Whenever you're lifting up, pull through your hamstrings and your glutes to make that happen. It might take just a little bit for you to find that activation. Really squeeze those hamstrings and those glutes to lift you up instead of using your back. 2 more times. Once more, nice and slow. Beautiful. Hands down by your sides. We're going to hinge forward again. Put some bend in your knee though this time. Inhale, and we're going to lift our arms straight up in front of us so our biceps are by our ears. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, we're going to go out to a Y. It's like if we were doing the YMCA, except we keep this hinge. Exhale, release. Inhale, and now we're going to go to a T. Really feel that squeeze and that pinch between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release. Inhale, I. Exhale, release. Inhale, Y. Feel that pinch between your shoulder blades, engaging those muscles, and T. One more time. I. Y. Try to really lift those arms up nice and high. T. And release. Stand up nice and tall. Do your little shakes again. Bounce it out some. Root down with your left foot. Right foot comes in front of you. Your heels on the ground, your right toes are up. Your right leg is going to be pretty much straight. If it's bent some, that's fine. Inhale and just kind of scoop your arms down. Your hands are kind of reaching towards your toes and back up. And scoop. Your left knee will bend more as you're going down and straighten as you stand up. Do 4 on each side. Lengthening your hamstrings. And then let's switch. So your right foot roots down, Left foot's in front of you, heels on the floor, toes are up, and then make those little scoops 4 times. Beautiful. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Let it hang here for a little bit. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to your mat. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step your left foot behind you. Your right heel is going to intersect with your left instep for your warrior 2 pose. Sink into that right knee. Sink down into it as much as is comfortable for you. Engage all of your muscles. Think about squeezing every last muscle you've got. Really, like you want to pull that mat together. Nice tall spine. Inhale, arms out to your sides. So they're in a T. Exhale, hands to your hips. And now just twist your torso. Try to keep your hips where they are. Twist your torso towards the back of your mat. And then twist it towards the front. With your hands on your hips, you're able to see if they're shifting at all. And if they are, you can find that neutral for your warrior 2 pose and then keep them there again. Find your warrior 2, straighten your right leg, reach your right arm long, high overhead towards the back of your room. Your left hand can travel down your back of your left leg or can wrap around your back for reverse triangle. Inhale back to your warrior 2, and then step your left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead in your mountain pose. Kind of let your arms drop back for extended. Only what works for you though. Exhale, hands to prayer, and let's do the other side. So our right foot is stepping to the back of your mat. Left foot parallel to the long edge of your mat. Right foot parallel to the short edge. Intersect your left heel with your right instep. Root down with those feet. Really grip the mat. Engage all of your muscles. Every last muscle in your leg, try to find it. Really squeeze. Arms out at your T. Hands to your waist. And we'll twist through our torso again. Towards the back and towards the front. Keeping your hips locked in place. Beautiful. Warrior 2. Straighten your left leg. Sweep and paint those left fingertips over the ceiling towards where the wall and the ceiling meet behind you. Right hand can be on your right hamstring or wrapped around your back. Inhale back to warrior 2, bending into that left knee, and then step to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's root down with our right toes, our right heel. Take your left foot and just step it back some. We're not in a full lunge position, just a partial, not real deep. You're going to shift your weight kind of into the right leg. Really push into your left hamstring or your left. With your weight kind of tilted. I don't like that either. Okay. Root down into your mat with your right foot. Take your left foot, we're gonna step it back some. Not until a full high lunge though, just a partial. We're not going super deep with our right leg. Your entire foot should be on the floor with your left foot. And then really we're gonna find some resistance, doing some calf raises. So we're gonna peel our heel up of our left foot, rising up onto our left toes, and then slowly lower back down. So shift your weight a little into that back leg to give you some more resistance. Do 5 of these. And that last one, hold that heel down towards your mat and really stretch into that calf muscle. Step to the top of your mat, shake it out, and we'll do the other side. So our right foot steps back, not a real huge step, because you want to make sure that your right heel can be on the floor. Nice tall torso, and then start to bring your right heel up off your mat, doing that calf raise again, and lower it back down. Nice and slow, find that resistance. Since we're not using actual weights to find it, you really have to think about it and engage your muscles to make it happen. We're doing 5 of these. After your last one, bring that heel down to your mat, and then really find that calf stretch. You can move around in it however feels good to you. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands to the back of your head, so right down by your skull, the base of your skull. And just let your head be heavy, giving just a tiny bit of traction on your head. Hands to your mat. Inhale, half lift. Really lengthen through your spine, pushing into your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a couple breaths here. Release your hands to your side and just kind of bounce it out again. And shake your legs a little. You might feel like you look silly, but that's okay. We're going to help break up some of that fascia some more that we've been working on releasing. Let's take it into stretching the fascia throughout our upper back and into our chest. We get really tight from constantly being in this typing position, driving, we're on our phones, so we're rounded forward. That causes knots in our back and it tightens up our chest. So take your right hand, hold it in front of you. Your left hand can hold your wrist or right above your wrist. Or if you like, you can always hold like right at your elbow. Again, this is one you really have to think about to find that resistance because you're pulling against each other. Your right is trying to pull back across your body. Your left is trying to pull your right that way. So play with it until you find that resistance, where it is for you, and you can then drop your arm up and down. Rotate a little bit. If you find a sticky spot that you're like, oh, that hurts, hang out, because you probably have a knot there that you're trying to release. Keep in mind the difference between pain and the like hurting sensation. It's like, oh my gosh, you know something's wrong, like you've got a knot, and pain like, oh my gosh, there is something like seriously wrong, I need to go see a doctor. The pain takes your breath away. Release, bring your hands behind your back. Right thumb is going to go on top of your left. Push your hands down towards your floor, and then you can start to lift your hands away from your booty. If you're having problems with this, you can always just hook your right thumb over your left thumb, or you can use a towel or a strap to hold on to instead of clasping your hands. Really pop your chest forward and pull your hands down towards your mat. You can even move your arms kind of side to side and up and down. And release. Shake them out. And we'll do the other side. So your right hand's grabbing your left wrist, your elbow, wherever feels good for you. Really pull and resist all at the same time. So I'm like trying to pull my left arm back and my right hand's trying to pull it across my body. Again, you can dip up and down, move around and rotate. Find your sticky spot. I usually find a spot where I can feel it kind of like bump against each other because of the knots. Release. Arms behind your hands, clasped behind your back again. Left thumb's on top this time. Clasp those hands. Reach your knuckles down towards your mat. Pop your chest forward. And then you can lift your arms up some, away from your body. Shift them, whatever feels good. And release. Shake it out again. Inhale one more time, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive towards your mat. Really let it all hang. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's close out our practice here. Inhales and exhales through your nose. Let the effects of these stretches and the strengthening that we worked on just carry you throughout your day. Go back to any of these movements when you're feeling some knots and stickiness in your body. Hands by your side. If your eyes are closed, you can start to blink them open. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really, truly appreciate it and hope that you are feeling better, releasing some of the kinks and knots that you've got going on in your body. May you always stay true in your intentions, true to your heart's desire, and speak loving truth to those around you. Love ya.